next speaker. And Brandon Stocklaven is working with us today and brings his experiences with Redbud Industries. And Brandon and I have chatted a bit. You've already had some experiences in traveling to Europe and trade shows. So we're interested to hear the Redbud Industries story. So Brandon, please take it away.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, you get points for saying my last name correctly, so that's a good start. So yeah, we're in Redbud, Illinois, about an hour south of St. Louis. We're a little different than the rest of you guys in that we're in a heavy industry manufacturer. If you see metal coils on the back of semis, massive things on flatbeds, they're 20 to 80,000 pounds typically. We build the industrial equipment to take that coil, unwind it, make it flat, and cut up in various ways. So those machines are 500,000 to $8 or $9 million. And then we build all that in-house. So we've got one plant, 200,000 square feet, 175 people in Redbud. And that's where we do the engineering, the machining, welding, assembly, the sales, all the business support that goes along with that. The industry is kind of tough in that the person that buys our machine, they're looking for the next 20 years. I mean, they may only have one or two machines to support their entire company. So whenever there's a new administration in town, if the valuation of the dollar changes significantly, we can really see a retraction within the US market. So 25 years ago, we started hitting the international markets a lot more. And depending on the year, that might be 20%, it might be over 50% of our product is exported internationally. We're short of the 57 countries, but I think we're in the mid 20s where we're at. Europe, Western Europe was really a stronghold for us. We are migrating to more emerging markets, I guess. Poland, Czechoslovakia, Russia. Yeah, there's a quote from Kendra, one of my coworkers. Southeast Asia, we just installed a line in Thailand. So we're also exporting more and more now. COVID has pretty well stopped everything for us internationally. A huge part of our process is support. We have a 5-year warranty. We are there. We're the right arm of their customer, and until they can receive that support because of travel restrictions, we're kind of stopped. But that has opened other doors for us. Yeah. So here's some trade shows from one in in Russia, in Moscow. Metal Expo, it's a huge trade show. There we partnered with Weber Co-Mechanics, a local sales and technical service company. We've had a relationship with them for probably 15 years. And then Euroblack, that's the biggest metals industry trade show that takes place in Europe. So those kind of trade shows have been huge for us. It's one of those things that kind of a catch-22. You go there to get your name out there and establish a presence. And then if you don't go the next year, everybody goes, "Hey, what happened to Redbud? Why aren't they here this year? What if they're in trouble?" So we've been going to those trade shows. We've been receiving funding for that. Unfortunately, we're a little late to the game. You guys had these things available 10 years ago, and just a few years ago, we've taken advantage of it. But since then, I think it's over $30,000, whether it's trade show, website localization, we're doing that now. We previously had a website in English, Russian, and German, and Spanish. And now we're also adding Polish and some German there, yeah. And our website's pretty complicated. There's a lot of moving parts to it, videos, links. And we also work with IBT, and they've done a great job so far. So through the ISTEP programs, we're also adding Polish and Czech for us. In some of our markets, the translation hasn't been as necessary, just given the nature of our industry. We talked to somebody in Israel, and honestly, like Belgium, places like that. English is maybe not their first language, but they're completely comfortable with it and fluent with it. As we try to get into places like Poland and Czech Republic, Slovakia, much harder, even at the highest level, the management CEO level. English is a struggle. So being able to get out to them and reach out to them through our website, through trade shows, that's been great. Another way we've used these resources is CSA standards. When we export to Canada, even each province of Canada has its different restrictions. And with 175 people, we frankly can't go through all the information and test every single component of a 300-foot long machine. So being able to have another resource to reach out to them and make sure we're in compliance in Quebec, that's really been helpful for us. And some places, Australia is incredibly safety conscientious. Places in Canada, some provinces in Canada is more conscientious. So that's been a big part of us being able to sell this machine and get it up and running without any headaches for the end user.
Very good, Brandon. I'll ask you the same question. How would you rate your experiences working through the ISTEP, with 10 being extremely easy and 1 being profoundly difficult?
Yeah. So it's better service than we typically see in the private sector. And I'm not sure how you guys stay so motivated, but it's always been easy. Of course, there's paperwork, things that you got to go through to make it official, to make it work, but the response has always been there. And we get emails from Sylvia at all hours of night and morning. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're doing up that late, but I guess I am too, since I'm reading them. But it's been really an easy thing. And the resource that you guys talked about, IBT, LRI, LRI is kind of a wing of you guys. It's an independent company, but you resource them a lot. They're amazing. You talk to them and say, anything, complications that happen, having this, there's a problem with, we've had ports get shut down while we were in the middle of exporting a multi-million-dollar project. And Paul's there saying, okay, well, we can store this here. We can do this. Here's some other options. A lot of the scary parts of exporting get mitigated very quickly whenever you're using people with the experience and the knowledge. And even XM financing, the contacts that we've used through XM have been fantastic, very responsive, just a wealth of knowledge there. So any company, especially if you're in Southern Illinois like us and you feel a little bit removed from some things and it's a kind of a scary thing reaching out there, these are great resources that we recommend for sure.